Okay, this is going to be a quick demonstration of the various touchscreens available to us using the new Canon T4i camera. So I have the T4i right here. It's off. I'm going to turn it on. And I'm in P mode. That's going to give us the most menu options that we're going to look at in a second. I've also changed my info screen, and we'll talk a little bit more about how you can do that in a second. So let's dive right in. Touch menu, or press the menu button, and you have a lot of different options. Real quick, I'll show you that, notice we got across 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11 if we count the little My option right here, and this is touch sensitive, so My menu settings. If I move this to our our green box, our Scene Intelligent mode, fully automatic, and I go back into the menu, you can see that we've dropped off some of our options and we see far less. The camera in general is much simpler in this mode, and now we have fewer options. Let's go back to P. I just want to have all of our options available to us. Go into menu. Touch sensitive, as I said, you can touch across the top to move into any one of these things, and then you can simply touch the option and change it. Oops. I wanted that one. And a little bit of awkward as I reach around the video camera. Alright, so screen color, real quick tip for you all is if you're doing a lot of nighttime photography, screen color 5 is going to make that red, which doesn't destroy your night vision, and so that's something you might want to consider. I'm going to go ahead and put it back on 2. Now I can press the OK button right here on the screen, or I can press the set button, the physical button over on the right. Both are going to do the same thing. And of course I can still use these left and right buttons to navigate through, and of course up and down, just like so. So that's our menu, pretty straightforward, nothing too fancy there. Now, if I half press the shutter, that brings up my info screen, and now I can press the Q right here, which makes all of this touch sensitive. You now can see everything has a little box around it. I could also press Q right here, the physical Q, for our quick menu, and notice that it does the exact same thing. So either options are available to you. If you want to kind of marry the world of touch and physical buttons together with a touch, you select that, in this case ISO, and then changing the control dial in the top of the camera will let you change your ISO or whatever feature that you are selecting. If you want to stay solely in the world of physical buttons, a basically double tap will bring you into that option, and then you can touch on the screen to make your setting change right there, and you can use right here too. So again, really nice and responsive. I'm going to touch this U-turn screen to get back into here, and all of my options are here. The little notes that are popping up, that's something that you can turn off in the menu, and I suggest that if you're fairly comfortable with the settings in a DSLR in general, you go ahead and turn that off, because it's in the way more than helpful in that case. But if you're new and you don't know all of the features of the camera and you don't know what all these icons mean, that menu, and that is an option in the menu system. Down somewhere around here, it's called the feature guide. So you can disable that if you know, if you've spent some time with DSLRs already. Alright, now we can go into the live view setting by pressing our live view button right up here in the top right corner. I'm in live view. You're seeing through this camera to the stack of crayons in the background. I have the ability to press the Q here again, or press the Q on the screen, either way. And a lot of the similar options that we were just looking at are now displayed on the screen along with what you're seeing. So I can change my image quality. Maybe I want to shoot just raw. I can go to the flash settings and I use the built-in flash, normal flash firing. It gives me all that information. Also really nice, T4i and also the T3i had this ability to control flashes off camera, a wireless off camera flash. And if there's one thing that can really make your pictures stand out from Uncle Joe, who's just firing their camera and the flash right at the subject's face, it is off-camera flash, and so that's something you might want to think about more, and I'd be happy to talk about that at some point in the future. go. I took too long, so let's turn live view back on and my cue back on. And so again, all of these I can change my white balance, my auto lighting, my metering mode, and I can go back and turn all that stuff off. So the screen is not quite as touch sensitive as it was a minute ago, except for the fact that now when I touch, that is setting my focus point. And notice it not only set my focus point, but took a picture as well. And that is because, let's go back into that, right here in the bottom left corner, I have the touch shutter enabled. And so that means that you touch, it focuses, and it takes a picture. It's a really nice feature in this case because I'm taking a picture of some still life here, there's no movement going on, it can get the focus fast enough, take the picture that I don't die of old age. In my tests with moving subjects, live view focus still is not very fast. It's a little bit better with the Pancake, and I'm actually using the Pancake to do this video recording, so the T4i has the 50-1.4 on it currently. But with the Pancake, the 40mm, the Shorty 40 as some are calling it, it's a little bit better, but it's still nothing that I would want to use with moving subjects. So the touch to shutter button, by the time it gets focus, your moving object is going to be gone and moved on, so you don't really want to do that. But it is a nice feature, especially macro photography. You can, any point, you're not limited to those 9 dots on the screen anymore. You can ask it to focus anywhere on the screen and it will get that focus. And I touch the shutter off, so all it's doing now is getting focus and then waiting for me to take a picture. Let's now look at the cue menu in video. So I'm just going to turn the on-off switch one more up straight to video. And we're now in video mode. Nothing terribly different here. Notice now that the touch to shutter is gone. Instead I have servo AF and there's a little green light on that. What that means is when that is on, it is going to automatically try to keep focus as I move. So I'm just move those crayons a little bit further away and move them back. And it's automatically getting focus and keeping those in focus. I could press the cue button again and I have my options. Basically everything is the same here, except you can have choose your movie size. You can turn it on video snapshot mode where it'll take 2, 4, or 8 second long clips and smoosh them all together into one video. It's kind of a nice feature. We'll talk about that in another video another day. I'm going to turn servo A off. You can hear that lens hunting a little bit. I think the microphone is picking that up. The last touch sensitive screen that I really want to talk about today is in Playback. So here is one of these pictures that I just took. I hit the play button in the bottom right corner and now I can just simply swipe to navigate through some pictures. There's a black one in there, so that's a little misleading. I can pinch and zoom to zoom in. I can zoom out, and if I keep zooming out it gives me the view and I can then scroll through and see other pictures. Touch that again to bring it up. And if I press Q when this, I can enable protection, I can rotate the image, I can give it a star rating. These features are really nice. This is nice, quick, easy way to work with the picture. I can apply creative filters, and if it wasn't a raw image, I could choose other sizes. And I have a post up about how the T4i and the iFi card, which lets you wirelessly beam photos and videos to your computer or a smartphone or iPad. I have a post about that, and it's a really nice feature, and this kind of touch sensitivity here just makes it just that much nicer. I think that's all that I wanted to share with you. Those are the main touch screens. You have your menu, you have your cue when you're shooting in regular mode or photography, still photography. You have your cue options when you're in video mode. You have playback. All of those are touch sensitive and really nice. Last thing I'll say about this camera that I'm really impressed with so far is the audio quality of the recordings. Huge difference from my 5D Mark III onboard microphone. Obviously most people using 5D Mark IIIs are recording on something nice and external, but it's nice not to have to worry about that with the Canon T4i. Please, if you have any questions, leave them below. I'd be happy to answer them. leave a comment on the Facebook page, here on YouTube, or shoot me an email. I hope this was helpful. Thanks.